Oh, here it comes.
Oh, we're on. Okay.
Hello, Lauren.
Hello, Blair. Blair, last week we put out a program about the elections and how difficult it was, and you came up with an idea. And um, you mentioned in the program that Election Day is the first Tuesday in November. And then you told me later on, oh, I was wrong. Well, actually, you're 6/7 right.
6/7 right. Yes.
6/7 right, which is about 85%.
You were a math teacher.
Well, I took a stab at it. Wow, yeah, because it has nothing to do with Tuesday.
Oh no!
It's the day after the first Monday of the month.
Oh, so it's really not necessarily a Tuesday. It just happens.
Well, it's going to be a Tuesday if it's after a Monday.
It just happens that it happens after the first Monday.
After the first Monday. So the earliest can be is what? Election Day.
It's the 2nd.
Yes, right.
Oh.
And what's the latest it can be?
Oh, golly. About the 8th.
That's right.
Like today. Like this month. I mean, like now.
All right, so anybody out there, ask your friends, fool your friends, take one of those internet quizzes that shows you're a genius. You'll be the only one that knows exactly when Election Day is going to come.
Golly, yeah, I'm going to catch everybody on that and make a bundle of money at the bar.
Good idea.
Okay.
Good idea. But it's still distasteful, this year's election.
Well, because it's so distasteful and you never know when you're going to run into someone who might make it even more repugnant, I've started carrying on my hat my self-protection device that we showed you how to make last time.
Oh, and
I carry it right on my band and I pull it out, put it on my nose, and
good plan.
I can handle walking down the street.
That's an excellent plan. Is that an eagle feather?
No, that's a turkey feather.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, eagle feathers are. I think they're still illegal to transfer.
Probably even where there's a lot of eagles around.
Yeah, they don't want people taking their feathers.
I understand. I understand.
Sport.
All right, so we got the election covered.
That it is coming, and it is on the day you say. There it is.
Well, it's not the 29th, like somebody else said, but
well, let's just say he must have been misinformed.
The dates of the election have changed over history, and I think maybe today would be a good day to do something about history.
Oh, okay. Well, I was listening to the radio, and I could not place a piece of music. It was so beautiful, I had to look it up, and it turned out to be the Mother Goose Suite by Ravel, a gem, a beautiful gem, 18 minutes long, with most exquisite music you could hear.
Sounds pleasant.
So, but by looking, this is what happens to people who go on the internet to look up something. One thing leads to another.
Yeah, it always does. Yep.
So I looked up Mother Goose, and I read that about who wrote the music. I read about who wrote the Mother Goose stories.
Yeah, where'd they come from?
Well, they came from France.
England? France?
France. Yeah, France.
Okay.
And it turns out that in the late 17th century, it was a fashion. He started a fashion of writing fairy tales.
Okay, that's where it started then.
And so, but there was a lady before him. Let's show the folks.
That's the wrong way.
Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, I'm new to showbiz.
Oh, no,
and her name's Madame D'Aulnoy, 1650 to 1705, and she originated the term fairy tales.
Well, what would that be in?
Conte de fées.
Conte de fées.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conte nouveau ou fées à la mode, or Fairies in Fashion, where was her popular book at the time.
Fairies in Fashion. That would sell well today.
I think that would sell very well today.
It would. It would. She was ahead of her time. That's early, though, 16.
That is.
Yeah, okay.
That's so ways back. Marie-Jeanne Villadon, she wrote fairy tales, and her uncle wrote the Mother Goose stories.
Oh,
so she's related.
That's where they came from.
She wrote before he did. I don't think he copied her, but he wrote the popular book, and she wrote also under her own name.
Wow.
And she's from 1664.
Marie-Jeanne Le Héritier de Villedon. Dome. Oh, that's great.
You better get a little closer.
Oh, that's
There you
good.
see
I think we can all see it.
Now, so that was the fashion in the 17th, early
Okay, so
18th.
we're pretty much discussing early French women writers of children's stories, more or
Right.
less.
That's where the
And
our tradition of fairy stories seemed to become well known. Later on, 100 years later, the Germans took many of these and rewrote them.
Grimly,
The Grimms.
they wrote them grimly.
And now this lady shows a little different change in interest by women writers at the time.
Okay.
They become more political. She wrote Madame du Puiseaux,
Madeleine de Puiseaux.
Madeleine
Okay.
de Puiseaux. She wrote from 1720 to 1798, and she wrote a tract called "Woman is not inferior to man."
Yes.
Okay, this sounds like the beginning of the feminist press, which
Yes.
it's about time it started.
Yes, this is near Revolutionary period, or she comes near at the end of it, but she wrote an early tract on that, and you could still find it in the library.
In French?
Yes.
Okay, good.
She published books of advice to girls.
All right.
So she was one of the folks young girls read to be advised about how to behave,
Well, we're learning a lot.
how to get advice. Now this lady, I think this lady needs a little discussion.
Okay. All right.
I hope we can pronounce her name properly.
Oh, I think we can. Jeanne-Justine Foucault de Pussy.
You know, that sounds a little risque to me. Doesn't it sound risque to you?
Well, yeah, could be. Yeah, could be
Well,
construed as risque.
of course, most French words are risque.
Yeah,
In
you're
fact,
right. You're right.
even risque is risque to me. It sounds risque.
It does. Excuse me, Blair, I have to interrupt. I hear somebody snickering out there in the audience, and I just want to say to everybody, grow up. We're not in the 5th grade anymore.
The 5th grade.
The 5th grade.
We're not in the 5th. Jeez, I can't catch a break. This was a joke.
We're not. I forgot our line.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, come on. Your
Okay, let's try that again.
Your line is, maybe they are 5th graders.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe
wait.
they
They are 5th
Wait,
graders.
excuse me, I have to interrupt again. I hear somebody snickering out there in the audience, and I just want to remind everybody that we're all adults. We're not in the 5th grade anymore.
Maybe they are 5th graders.
Oh, that's right. Maybe they are 5th graders. We can't tell who's watching this.
Oh, that's right.
All right, well, then, in any case,
Well,
whether
they're-
you're a 5th grader or not, it's not polite to make fun of people's names. Let's try this again.
Yeah.
Jeanne-Justine Foucault de Pussy.
No, I think you got that wrong. I think it's Jeanne-Justine.
Oh, Jeanne-Justine de Pussy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Justine de Pussy.
Okay.
And she wrote journals for damsels.
Damselflies?
Damselflies. No, oh, I don't know. But it doesn't say.
I looked
damselflies.
up damsels because I wanted to know. It's either damselflies, in which case it would be a book on entomology, or it's young women.
Oh,
But I think she wrote about advice for young women.
I see. Well, do you know anything else about her that you can tell our folks?
Well, it was a journal mainly written for middle class young women who have just gotten out of boarding school. They're maybe 14 to 18 years old. They've got out of boarding school and they're awaiting marriage. At least that's what it said in the document that I came across on the internet search. So it's after boarding school, they're awaiting marriage. And in this journal, the Pussy encourages young women, I can't do it. The Pussy encourages young women to occupy their hands and minds. And she also suggests maybe sports like swimming and horseback riding. And that's as far as I've gotten.
Oh, well, we'll have to continue on with that study. That sounds interesting.
I don't think we will.
Yeah, I think they'll close us down with this one.
We're already shut down.
You think somebody should tell us to go home?
Yeah,
It's time to go home.
it's time to go home. All right.